Headsets on.
Man, go ahead and start that shit out, dog. What you doing, my nigga? Hey,
Headsets
I see
on.
people over here hesitating, man. He ain't even know what to do, man. Young Trav come through and drop that bomb for y'all, boy. Man, get my boy going around here, bitch, man. You feel me?
Hey, y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Don Peoplez and Trav. DeadBolt ATL, man. You know we had to bring it to you, man, for another live episode, man. We got to talk about what's been going on in hip-hop, everything affecting our culture and all the fuckery around the galaxy like we always do about this time. Trav, what's happening, man?
Man, just cooler, man. You know, that's about it, man. Trying to beat the heat right here in Atlanta, man. Y'all already know how it is, man. It's been
record highs.
Sizzling
record
highs
in
Atlanta, Georgia, man.
It is on sizzle mode.
Man, I was outside last night watching the I went to my little spot and shit to watch the game last night. I had to stop by though. Man, it was so hot outside. It was hot in the bar. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? And then it was packed in there too.
Yeah,
man,
it's a different type of heat. It's a different type of heat. It's a humidity heat. That shit is sucking all of the oxygen out the air. It's like you breathing nothing but elevator air.
That's a fact. Yeah, it's been bad.
Claustrophobic elevator.
It ain't even summertime yet, for real.
Yeah, man, definitely, man. So I hope everybody is escaping the heat, man, and staying cool, like Trav, drinking water bottles to the last sip to try to stay hydrated, man, because it looked like there's a lot of stuff going on in the game. It's lining up to be a very hot summer. And how we start off the summer, obviously around the country, but especially in New York, you know, we have the epic summer jam. You know, Hot 97, man, they do the summer jam once a year. That's one of the things on my bucket list. I would love to go to the summer jam, actually check the summer jam out live and direct. But the big thing about summer jam that I wanted to talk about was obviously Young Thug and Gunna. Now, they were scheduled to be one of the headliners of the show. And instead of just wiping them clear off the bill, what the show promoters and program directors let Thug do was release a video message. Now, this is his first audio since he's been locked up. You know, the audio is kind of crazy, so y'all probably ain't gonna be able to hear it if y'all did hear it already. You know, it was kind of crazy, but if you didn't, just really read the words that's coming across the screen. But the whole thing we really want to talk about is Young Thug is calling for his fans to sign a Protect Black Art petition. Now, this is, to me, you know, now you can call it what you want. I think this is a little bit ironic because is this really black art? But we'll let Thug, you know, say his few words and then we'll break it down.
You want me to play the audio?
Yeah, man. We could try to play the audio for the people.
You want me to just read it? Or you want me to just read it out? I'll play it. It so sound bad. Hold on, I need to go back on that.
Okay.
I need to go back on that because he said, "Everybody, please sign the Protect Black Art petition." Who started this petition? Because is this something that he started, Danny?
I want to say, man, this is coming from him, his side. Obviously, it's getting co-signed by Kevin Lau, some of the big higher ups. But when we say protect black art, we got to understand the same black art that we're trying to protect is what's been killing our communities. I really think, man, it's time that we have to call it for what it is.
Facts.
Right? Now, is the beat cool? Yeah. Is the hook cool? Yeah. But what's being said within these lyrics is what's sending our young black males to prison. It's what's getting our young, queens out here twerking at age 12, 11, and losing their minds at an all-time high. I mean, we kind of got to call a spade, even though as a grown man, I listened to it, but this was brought upon me as a child as well. And, you know, this had a lot of effects on me and obviously what I went through as a child or whatever the case may be, and a lot of my influences. This is where all this stuff stemmed from. You know what I mean?
But we had a balance though, because even though we had the gangster music, we still could go over to somebody like a Kanye West or something. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that wasn't on no gangster wave. Period. You know
and
what I'm
even
saying?
before that, Public Enemy.
Even before then, I should have went back. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, we've always had
the conscious side.
Yeah, the
balance. Now that's almost been wiped out.
Absolutely. We had the conscious side and we had R&B, real R&B.
We did.
You know what I'm saying? That's something that's not really getting made on a mainstream level. You really got to search for it. And I really just find myself listening to the old tracks that we grew up off of.
Because that's what you got to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or R&B, you ain't got nobody but Chris Brown for real.
Right. And that's that's technically really not our generation. Chris Brown, he you know what I'm saying?
Like, new cat.
Yeah. He had a couple of songs that exactly. He had a couple of songs I rock with, but but when it comes to this protect Black art, what are we really trying to protect? Because we have to keep it a bean. The only reason why Thug is caught up and why Gunna is caught up is because of lyrics that they're trying to tie in with actual crimes. See, the difference between these gangsters now and gangsters when we was coming up is the gangsters when we was coming up really wasn't active in the streets. If they was active on the mic, they really wasn't active in the street. They might have been affiliated or knew somebody or, whatever. But you had storytellers like Nas and, Big and, all these type of dudes who, they might have, did a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but they ain't stepping like these dudes are stepping now. So we had the storytellers and the dudes that was able to really get, murder 50 dudes on a beat, dig graves, slap your mama, rape your, all type of stuff, but they actually wasn't doing this in real life. And I think that's where art is now being crossed. And therefore, this is what dudes just need to cut out. If you're going to choose to rap this type of life, then you don't need to live this life for real. You have to treat it like how Denzel treated Training Day. He wasn't a cop, when he went home to Miss Washington, you know what I'm saying? Or around his kids, around his friends. He wasn't the same, you know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta know when to turn it on and when to turn it off.
I agree.
And also Denzel ain't never did none of that, but he knew how to play all this stuff well, any kind of role you put in front of him. So I think if you're gonna sign a gangster rapper in 2022, you gotta sign somebody who can rap that talk, but also know how to make it look good without being affiliated for real. Because there's artists out here who are talking that talk who ain't really affiliated and they don't really get wrapped up in it.
But then guess what? The people don't like them because now you're a studio gangster.
Yeah, now you a studio. Now you a studio gangster. Now you capping. Yeah, it's a lot that goes into it and it's a fine line. But we can't say that this is art, man. Bodying somebody on the track and rolling them in a blunt, it's not art.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? You know, like it's two sides to all this stuff. Like we wasn't out here disrespecting the dead back when we was kids and stuff like that. Like it's just certain things we didn't do. And the things that are now being done now, it's like, okay, like this is something different for real. Like this ain't something that, you know, we would partake in. We had certain respect and certain rules around our shit. And I just think now they're just using this as a ploy to obviously get out of their situation. I mean, what other straws can you pull out the hat? Like you have to show that they're attacking the art. They're attacking our right to speak and stuff like that. But it's just like, man, when we listen to hip hop, man, like even as an adult, when I'm not, you know, high or, you know, I haven't sipped any liquor, when I listen to certain hip hop, it's just a total disrespect to everything that our ancestors would stand for. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the music that they're pumping to us and our children. You know what I'm saying?
They turning in their grave right now. Bro.
Oh man, they turning in their grave right now with this, man. So I gotta reject what Thug is saying. I know you had something you wanted to talk about in reference to Gunner, but I can't really feel what Thug's saying on that, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so today, actually, as y'all can see, this is dated June 14th. Gunner wrote a letter to somebody, either to his fans or to the DA or the somebody, and I'll read this letter, man. Gunner says 2022 has been one of the best years of my life, despite this difficult situation. This year, I had the whole world pushing P.
Ain't no fucking way, boy.
Growing up from where I come from in a marginalized neighborhood, I never dreamt my art would change my life and the lives of my loved ones. My entire life, I've seen black men, black women, and black children constantly attacked, hated, murdered, berated, belittled, silenced, whatever. I use my art form, my gift from God.
Ain't no fucking way, boy.
To change my circumstances. I worked, honed my craft. I empowered black women.
Ain't no fucking way, boy.
I worked. I lived in the recording studio. I lived on the road. I worked. I worked every day to show God how grateful I am for my gift, my art, my life, and to be able to provide for my loved ones. For now, I don't have my freedom, but I am innocent. I am being falsely accused.
Ain't no fucking way, boy.
And will never stop fighting to clear my name. That Peoplez, you believe he should have had this attitude before he made the violent rap music?
I mean, I think that he knew what he was getting himself into. You know, I don't think that he was oblivious to YSL's criminal activities and what they had going on. I just think that's just the truth behind the matter.
Yeah,
you know, so we gotta kind of understand that part. Like, and I think that's the right now. I just feel like they're both reaching for straws. You know, for you to say that, you know, God gave you the gift to stun on your community, you know, push drugs, push gang culture, you know, all this other stuff. You can't really associate that with God, because the devil give blessings too. So when they say God, it's you know, God can be anything. You know, God is such a broad term.
So it could be their God.
Whatever their God. Whatever God, that he prays to at night. You know what I'm saying? Whoever deity he prays to at night, that's what he's talking about. And I do feel that everything is set up. You know, they're trying to make this into a freedom of speech issue. Now, what I will say is our freedom of speech is being attacked. Us as, you know, podcasters, YouTubers, we can't say anything like we used to be able to say. Certain things, you know, we keep up out of our show because it's like, yo, we don't really want to rattle nobody. We don't want to get sent. Yeah, we don't get demonetized.
That's the main thing.
You know, we're speaking our art, you know, when we're reporting the news, you know, and we want to articulate it in a way that we can get our point across, but a lot of words and a lot of things that we can't say anymore either. So to me, it's a, you know, it's a slippery slope.
I mean, a slippery slope.
I kind of want them to fight for it because, I mean, hey, I mean, it's a win for us. Like, the more we get that, we can tell that freedom of speech is being attacked. Like they are censoring, you know. You know, me and you have talked numerous of times about hip hop not being around in certain forms in the next 5 to 10 years because certain words and stuff like Demolition Man, what they showed in that movie, it's going to be certain words and things that are just going to be outlawed going forward. And if you get caught saying these things, and you know, this can be a fine or jail time or whatever, right? And if you, let's just keep it a being, gangster rap don't hit unless you say certain words. Certain words are what make the song, you know. We've got accustomed to this type of music, so to be able to take those elements out of it, it wouldn't hit the same.
It's the violence. It's the violent acts.
Yeah, it's the violent acts, you know. So is this something that needs to get cleaned up? Yes. I mean, will they use this to get out of their situation? I mean, they're going to get a lot of people to sign that petition. I know that. They have a strong following.
I don't even know if we really hear niggas really hustling their music no more. Niggas already got the bag and then they killing.
Yeah. I mean,
it seems like that, don't it? What happened to the hustle music? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just that's what I'm saying. It's a whole different wave right now. And
it is, man.
In my heart of hearts, what's being done in the pushback against this type of music, it needs to happen, because I, as a father now, and as you being a father, we can see now more so than ever the effects of hip hop music amongst the younger kids. So do I think certain elements of music now need to be censored in some type of way? But it's kind of like we said before. You let the cat out the bag now. People have already gotten the bit the apple. Like, you know what I'm saying? They've been privileged to the knowledge now. So now all this stuff is going to do is go underground. It'll just go underground. Oh, okay, we can't play gangster rap no more. We'll have silent listening parties now. Like, they'll find ways to still pump the music. But I'm going to tell you what else will happen. Everybody who's riding a newer car doesn't have CD players. Everybody has streaming services. So if they ban it from all streaming, YouTube, all that stuff, it will cut it down. Also, live clubs where live music is being played. Maybe then you will see a shift in what's going on, because I can't see Lil Durk, Lil Baby, NBA YoungBoy, and a slew of others, Jim Jones, get an old head in there, Kodak Black. I can't see none of these dudes doing a We Are the World, come together, stop the violence.
I mean, Lil Baby already has a song kind
of catered to that, but I'm just talking about all of them coming together.
All of them, though,
squashing the beef they got. It's just. It just
remember back in the day we had Self-Destruction. Remember we had We All in the Same Game.
Yeah,
West Coast All-Stars. Remember them?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was a lot of stuff. It was a lot of stuff going on then. Now you don't got that unity, now so therefore we still pumping the deaf culture.
Yep.
So as long as we keep pumping the deaf culture, this is what we're gonna get, and that brings us to also our next subject, man, which concluded obviously, and we talked about this before, and that was the Trouble situation. We actually had the female actually drop a statement finally, because she blocked her page, and rightfully so, man. You can imagine how she's getting bombarded and everything that's taking place in her life. But I mean, what do you feel about this? I mean, because at the end of the day, my situation and my thought on it is, it's just, man, you was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
He was.
Who knows if the old girl, because he was dealing with her for a minute. So if he was dealing with her for 3 years, if dude was dealing with her for a minute and Trouble knew her prior to this, Trouble knew about her man. Now her man might have not knew about Trouble, but I think Trouble might have knew about this situation. But it speaks for his name, Trouble. Like you get those type of names, for doing things, for looking for trouble, like always being in some type of situation. The girl is kind of attractive. She's in the industry, so to speak, as well. I mean, I think
Rissa Royce. She a stripper, but she a rapper though. She trying to she's trying to get a little buzz going on.
Could this been like a hit sacrifice? I've heard all angles, right? I just really think on this one, man, he was out playing after hours. This is what Atlanta is about. For y'all who don't know, who don't live in the city, I mean, Atlanta has a 24-hour type of vibe.
Facts.
Like it's just you can slide and be out here wiggling. He was leaving from performing at an after hour, so he probably was just coming through doing his regular or whatever the case may be. But I just think when you get too comfortable and you decide that you want to spend the night and you decide that you want to do things that are out of your regular, these are the results you get. But we had people like Boosie show up to his funeral. I mean, you had a lot of, blood members there. I mean, I know you gave me your thoughts on it off air about how people are represented at funerals and what people, he probably requested that the homies come and trip out. But, it's just more so like, I think, man, when we're trying to pray for a soul to get to paradise, I don't think we have to have these ignorant representations on his way out. This to me is no different in a sense than homeboy getting stood up in the club. Like, remember dude that got stood up in the club or whatever? Like, to me, it's on them same lines. Just like he was doing dirt and doing the devil's dirt and shit when he was on earth. unless like what we need to do is be praying that he gets into paradise right now. And right now you got a whole bunch of gang members on the stage. I mean, to me, it don't look right. It's just a representation of what our culture has become, man. Um, all that's well and cool, but we gotta know where to leave it. And I think we should have left that at the door. This is no different from me and my family. My cousin, God bless a dead fella, he was murdered up in Cleveland a few years back. His whole funeral, niggas is wearing red, had his whole blood set was there. They got guns in there because it was alleged it was going to be a drive-by at his funeral. Like, I mean, how is this fair to the parents or the other people, family who came to see him? It's to me, it wasn't cool. You feel what I'm saying? So
right.
When I see things like this, it's like, man, it's like only if we knew where he went after he left his body. You dig what I'm saying? Like, only if we really don't know. He probably, just imagine if he's in a place right now, like, please, Lord, don't look at this. You feel what I'm saying? Like, please, this ain't something that we need for you to look at. What you feel about that, Trav?
I mean, I kind of agree with you on that, bro. Like, sometimes you gotta respect the dead, and you gotta respect the transition. You know what I'm saying? I think the funeral is part of the transition. You know what I'm saying? Because you're really supposed to be sending this dead person off to wherever they might be going. I don't know if when dealing in these terms, you know what I'm saying, as far as gang banging go, I don't know if they think they sending their niggas out to hell, you know what I'm saying? Because you know what, I done been in a situation where my nigga, we wore black and gray, you know what I'm saying, at my nigga funeral, you know what I'm saying? So it probably kind of looked like this, maybe, but it didn't because it wasn't red. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it's just I mean, like I said, it's all good. I mean, you could have been in a nice suit or whatever.
Sometimes it could have been a bit. I agree.
With your red handkerchief,
I agree with you
something
on that.
like that. Like, it's other ways you could have did it than coming in and just representing what he was. He's like no gangster want to go burn forever, right?
I mean, do you think it's niggerish?
Huh?
Do you think it's niggerish?
I really do, man. When I seen it, I really thought it could have been a lot better. But like you said, man, we're gonna let the brother rest in peace. I just wanted to comment on a little bit of that. And also, while we're moving forward in the show, right? We also want to say, man, that gun violence is obviously at the top of everybody's discussion right now. I just hope that, man, we can change the narrative when it come to that. Because I ain't trying to give up my gun. I got to protect myself. So I hope we can get off this narrative real quick, because it's getting real spooky as far as just a lot of gun violence picking up. We could do a whole show on gun violence and people busting their hammers and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna stop you from being able to own your firearm. But obviously what they have done already is they've upped the age on who can buy assault rifles, because it was 18. You had to be 21 to buy a handgun, but you could be 18 years old and go buy an AR-15 if you want to. But not no pistol though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think that's a good decision. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the time, a person is supposed to be a little more mature once they hit 21.
Facts.
So I don't think that's bad at all.
So my thing is, and I agree with you on that, and I just think that us, period, man, you need to be able to protect yourself at all times. Like, you need to be able to protect yourself. You need to be able to disarm a person when you need to. Like, you need to be able to do these things. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way that you can expect law-abiding citizens to give up their guns for people who are not. You know what I'm saying? When there's still criminals getting guns every day. It's just not happening. Right. It's like New York and Chicago got all these gun laws, but niggas still got guns for whatever reason. No. But
before you go there, Danny, people, I kind of want to stay right here around our own area. I want to know your opinion on this story right here, man. Fulton County District Attorney is trying to stay alive after receiving death threats for indicting YSL. Man, let's listen to this audio, man, and see what's going on with Fanny.
He's become victim of threats.
What are some of the things that have been said in threats?
Basically that they're going to murder me, that the DA is going to get got.
Because of how she does her job, and she's living her life amid extraordinary security measures.
And I'm not going to be intimidated from doing it, and doing it in the correct fashion and holding people accountable.
She says menacing communications about her, mostly on social media, ramped up a lot after the high-profile racketeering indictment involving some celebrity rappers and YSL, an alleged criminal street gang.
We don't believe that these threats were directed by anyone that is in the YSL indictment.
By people sympathetic, potentially, or affiliated?
I would say that people that are very sympathetic, maybe admirers of YSL and connected to them in some much more.
Oh, so the fans is threatening her.
Yeah. I mean, you already know. I mean, you got a lot of crazed fans. There's been somebody that was arrested for sending threats to the sheriff and the DA. And yeah, I mean, it's getting crazy out here around that case. And that's why I'm saying they're going to have a lot of people signing that petition. And so, yeah, I mean, yeah.
So what's crazy about this is you would rather have someone promoting violence free. Right.
Yeah.
That's what I
mean,
they would rather have. They're like, man, fuck it, man. Let them niggas out. We don't care what they do. They come shoot up my whole house right now. I need Thugger to be free. I need Gunner to push P. You know what I'm saying? Like, you come shoot up my whole neighborhood. Just push some more P, dog.
Yeah. Niggas is
losing. Crazy.
They losing.
Right,
they losing it. They losing it with that. They losing it,
man.
Losing it, man. But yeah, it's a lot of things, man, that dropped me and threw me for a loop this week, man. There was a lot of people chattering. Another thing I want to get into, I want to get into this Dame Dash situation. Now, obviously, Dame, man, had a situation where he got on with Nick Cannon, and he discussed the situation with R. Kelly and Jay-Z. You know, we remember they dropped the original Best of Both Worlds.
So I couldn't do.
This was a situation that was highly criticized. You know, R. Kelly was going through his whole child pornography case and everything like that. But Dame really dropped some bombshells in reference to R. Kelly raping Aaliyah. So we're gonna let Dame, Mr. Dash, The Rock, speak on this situation.
Have a label,
right?
And you have a lot of people. There's a lot of things people do that you don't fuck with, but
100%.
But if I morally don't like it, I won't take no money from it.
So to answer your question,
answer your question.
No, I'm about to give you my
those
answer
projects.
Too.
My name's not on Best of Both Worlds.
Right.
My name. I never went to a concert.
Right.
Video. No, you don't have no video with me in this picture.
And that's probably why I wasn't successful.
Exactly, karmically. But we talking about me right now.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, you got to remember. You got to ask me, how do you deal with that when someone you respect does some shit that you don't fuck with at all?
Right.
When someone that you've been making money with and that people's bills are getting paid and all that, what you supposed to do? All I could do is my own and make sure I didn't fuck with that. And everyone around me knew that. So yeah, if me and you cool and you know that I got a girl that your man raped.
It's crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
And I tell you, when you gonna still work with him, what you gonna feel?
Nah,
so what you think I felt?
Exactly.
So I'm human, bro. But
right.
I had to look the other way.
Right.
All these years. So publicly, that man did a record with that nigga that raped my girl that he liked as well, right?
Right.
And then went on a tour with him. And
wow.
You understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
But no one said nothing. And then no one noticed it. Damn, Dame's not in the video. Dame ain't at that concert. Dame ain't in none of that shit. And now Dame in a Fiesta video because I'm not even next to this. Never. I had to do it. You know what I mean? Like,
why did you have to do it?
Because that was my artist. Not to say at that time I didn't know it wasn't like, put it like this. I remember having a conversation with Aaliyah, and I was like, yo, tell me what happened. And she was like, she just couldn't. You know what I'm saying? And I just left it at that. And she said, leave it alone. Don't cause what you want me to do? And just leave it alone.
Right.
Don't act like nothing. It causes me too much pain.
Right.
So I can't bring no awareness to it. I can't do nothing.
Right.
I just gotta wear it.
Right.
So if I don't agree with somebody I'm working with is doing, I can't publicly out my man.
Right.
But really, how's he my man if he's still doing that?
If he's still doing that.
But then if I do that, I fuck up Bean's money, Cam money, Kanye money, everybody money. So now what I'm gonna do? So I'm gonna just say, look, I'm gonna take a silent protest.
Right.
Y'all realize it later. I didn't say nothing. I just didn't show up.
Right.
So y'all mad at me for that? Y'all asking questions for that? Look under the hood.
Right.
Period. Don't affiliate me with that. All those decisions that were made were not my decisions. That's his career.
Right.
I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm a man. Obviously, I went another way.
Right.
So you asking me, what do you do when somebody does that? You get the fuck out of Dodge and you start a whole new brand.
Right.
And you let everybody think you're broke.
Right.
Because you don't want the buckshot or none of that karma.
So will we say that was some of the beginning of just y'all not seeing eye to eye on ideas like that?
Again, it happens when something like that happens.
The way you just put it.
How else did I put it?
I'm just saying that you broke it down. You simplified it.
So you a man. Well, how you would have felt that after
I would have felt exactly how you felt.
All right, so they nothing more to say. Like, I don't have to go and advertise it. Y'all should use your logic.
Like, I feel Dame, like he always does, bro. He dropped a bombshell. Like at the end of the day, I never really thought about it like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, but R. Kelly was legally married to Aaliyah, right?
He was.
So how could he have raped her, so to speak? Was it like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's a question I really want to know. Like, okay, how could he have raped her if they were legally married?
Well, you know, obviously a statutory rape, even if it's consensual, because she was a minor.
Right.
As far as R. Kelly forcing himself on Aaliyah, I just don't know. I haven't really heard a lot about that. So yeah, I can't really give you a lot of information on that, bro. I know they were married though. You know what I'm saying? And I don't believe Kelly made her marry him. You know, they got falsified documents and all. She wanted to marry that man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it was, he might have had a little manipulation in there, you know, but he didn't put a gun to her head and say, bitch, you better marry me right now. I'm gonna kill you and your whole family.
You know what else is so crazy too? We have pictures of Jay and Aaliyah in their early, you know, stages. He hugged up on her, holding hands. So you already know Jay always had a thing for Aaliyah. Now, I personally believe Dame took Aaliyah from Jay. Like, that's what, you know, I personally believe happened.
You know what we will never know? We will never know why Jay-Z kicked R. Kelly off the Best of Both Worlds tour. Because they only did a few shows and then they
I heard about things.
Kelly wasn't on that shit no more.
Yeah, I heard things like, you know, he was showing up late for shows, wanting to.
That's what we heard.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
that's what we heard, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, we never know why. Because I went to that show when it was in Atlanta. And it was Jay-Z and friends. And it was a much better show than I would have got out of Best of Both Worlds tour. You know what I'm saying? It was a way better show. Facts. But we would just never know what they were beefing about.
Yeah, I just think, you know, it was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes with that. But Dame brought a lot of interesting points to the light. And I think, you know, that's the thing, man. That's why they blackballed Dame. You know, Dame rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And I think Dame also spoke his truth a lot of the times. And I think when you do things like that, it automatically gets you messed up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's what he said. You got to get little, start a new brand, and have everybody think you broke. Like, you know, like, hey, it is what it is. Because Dame was one of the hottest dudes. I grew up in the Dame Dash era. So I know what Dame did for the culture and what he meant for that joint. You know what I mean? Like, it was just a different type of time when Dame came on. Dame brought a different type of energy. You know what I mean? He brought a different type of energy. You know? So I'm curious to hear. I would love Dame to write like a tell-all book. You feel me? And just let us know about everything. Because Dame got some beans. Dame got some
let me ask you something. Did Dame take the spotlight from Diddy as far as what Suge Knight said at the Source Awards? You don't want your executive producer all in the video.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He took the Diddy. He took the Diddy right. But at least Diddy, you know, rapped and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Dame was just talking and dancing and doing all that type of stuff.
Yep.
but on a more serious note, right? Shout out to Uganda for their gold deposit discovery which was counted at 320 million tons of gold. Now, listen, man, that's one big dopey chain. I tell you that, bro. But and it's estimated at $12.8 trillion. Now, mind you, the United States is 30 trillion in debt. So even if we took all their money, we're still in more debt than we were, let's say, in 1981, when the U.S. debt was only at 900 billion. So that just goes to show you, man, that the dollar is going.
Well, I don't think the United States has enough power to actually take anything.
No, I was just saying, even if they did, you feel what I'm saying? They still would have to, like I said, we're 30 trillion in debt now. So that's not even half. That's not even half the money that that they owe. But
hey, shout out to funny 623 on her comment. She said, I would have just kept it quiet. And I agree with her. I would have not said anything about this goal because this is something they've been had forever. And now people are about to definitely come for Uganda. These colonizers, all that. Quiet on this one, Uganda.
But I think the colonizers are the ones that released the statement.
They probably were because they got somebody told. That's why.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I mean,
there's always somebody on the inside.
Absolutely. So for Uganda to make this public, could it have been that they found more? Let's say double. Maybe they're just reporting a little bit in the baggie, a little bit in the purse. I mean, we don't know. I mean, the president of Uganda is also coming out and saying that no longer will they export all their resources and stuff like that. So basically making like he's taking a stand. But like you said, by him having to come out and say that, why not just be quiet and not say nothing? That I agree with you. I think somebody dropped some tea. And since somebody dropped some tea, now this is what we got. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody knows that Uganda is a gold mine. But the question is Uganda going to take this money and try to empower their people, empower the region? Because this is their money. Like, this is on their land, their sovereign soil. They should be able to take that and make a Wakanda. But I tell you one thing, Black Panther ain't gonna come save them and motherfucking guard them from the colonizers and the powers that be. Now that this announcement has been made, which, like I said, I think it's come from one of those sources, because the American government knew about this before Vlad TV. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to say that they haven't went over there and got their hands on some of those natural resources. And what's so crazy about Africa in general is how Africa has been the whore for Babylon for all these years, because they've been getting raped for all their natural resources and their people being extorted. Africa is one of the richest countries in the world, the richest country in the world. And as far as minerals and resources, there should be no way that they have starving children there. If anything, all their cities, like, they have enough resources to where even if they were still getting extorted, the kickback should be endless food, endless water reserves,
well, they have corruption,
sustainable. That's what I'm saying. It's your own people. It's your own people that's selling you out. The colonizers are only as good. They're only as good as who they, their informants, the ones that they can corrupt, the ones that they can control. So that just lets you know, like, what's going on as far as in these countries, man, from the Caribbean countries to Africa. Every melanated country that is under oppression, it's because of their government. Them having a corrupt government who is in bed with the powers that be, the colonizers, China and everybody else. So it makes it hard, man. And I feel sorry for the people of Uganda, Africa in general, that this type of wealth is being extracted, and you see the living that they have over there. Even though there's a lot of false, advertisement about Africa. Africa has a lot of beautiful parts as well, but there's a lot of poverty and stuff over there. And I just hope that the people get some type of kickback from that. Okay, if it's 12.8. Why not give $1 trillion to the people? Send them out checks, $1 trillion worth, 2 trillion, or whatever, just to go to the people. And then, whatever you do with it, you do with it. And that would help in some regard. You know what I'm saying? But just for nothing to happen off this for the people, it's kind of scary, my guy. It's kind of scary. Also, what's kind of scary about, what's been going on, is my man Deshaun Watson and his whole situation in his case. This is, as you can see, man, I'm the biggest Browns fan. For y'all who see my background, it's Browns Man's Cave. This is where I broadcast from. So to have my dude not be able to possibly play in the season is very bad. So I don't really see a way around a suspension, but I'm hoping that it doesn't become a year. But what I like about Deshaun is he's staying consistent with, hey, I didn't do anything wrong. I did nothing criminal. I did nothing forceful. He apologized in reference to, hey, I apologize for what I put people through who've been close with me through this situation and who I've affected, who I've hurt, etc. Like I apologize for that. But he said, I don't apologize for my actions because I don't feel I did anything wrong. So I mean, like I said, I stand by it. I don't feel that massages, getting a massage and getting those type of massages are illegal, and that shouldn't be held against my man like that.
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. But if he is forcing anybody, he said he's not though. So I don't know, man. This Deshaun Watson situation strange, man. It seems like it's coming from the NFL to me. So,
facts.
Man said they ain't want to play ball no more. They said, "Yep, okay, we got so for you. Don't play. Don't worry about playing. Don't even worry about it, bro. You're gonna play somewhere. Might not be on this field, but you're gonna play somewhere." So yeah, man. We just got to see how this turn out, man. But so why would they suspend? Why would they suspend him?
Well, they would suspend him because of the public pressure. For one, that's coming down from more allegations. I think we're up to like 26 total civil suits. But the public pressure, and then it's just a sticky situation because you're dealing with women, but for him not to be indicted by 2 grand juries, I just don't think this situation is going. If it's not going to cost him any jail time, I don't see why we're still talking about it. Like,
still talking about it, right? I feel
you know what I'm saying. Like, why are they still putting so much pressure on this man to where he can't even step on the field? Or
how big was his contract? Like one of the biggest, right?
Million, like 230 million guaranteed, 5 years.
Now you see why. Now you see why they putting the pressure down. You know what I'm saying? Because he has the money to pay out, and they're going to try to get all of it from him. Deshaun Watson will be playing football for free before this is over with, bro. Watch. I hate to say it, man. But it's just like right here. Look at this comment, man. Brown skin. Shout out to Brown Skin Popping, man. She said it's a part of the massage culture. Say no and keep it moving, sis. Which is true. If a nigga say, give me some head, you're going to either say, no, I'm straight, and keep going. You ain't got to, I don't know. And he'd be like, man, look, I'll give you 100. And then you go to sucking a nigga dick. You know what I'm saying? And then later on, years later, he sexually assaulted me. No, bitch, you gave the nigga some head.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and that's why I feel like this situation was used to exploit Deshaun Watson.
But guess what, though? Since ain't no cameras in the room and ain't nobody in there but Deshaun and the masseuse, who they going to believe?
Right, and none of these chicks are saying rape. Yeah. Ain't none of them saying that it was a rape situation. That he took something from them.
Look, according to ESPN, the plaintiff in the newly filed suit is alleging that during one of his sessions, Watson exposed himself and masturbated, and offered no apology or explanation for his conduct. The lawsuit states that the plaintiff quit massage therapy following the incident. I mean, is he doing stuff like that? I mean, look.
I mean,
if I get a massage, right? Hold on. If I get a massage, right?
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, I'm gonna be naked. I'm gonna get naked. You know what I'm saying? If the masseuse is comfortable with that, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, sometimes I'd have been in my boxers, but 9 times out of 10, I'm going ahead and get naked. You feel me? Now, am I gonna jack my dick? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
this is Deshaun Watson though. He's coming at it like, look, man, I'm the star quarterback, one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. I think he was coming at it from a different type of time. He's also young. Let's keep that in mind. We don't know how the interaction was when he came in that room. I'm pretty sure if these ladies had a let's keep it business type of attitude, he would have bagged off. And I just find it strange that 24 of them, 26 of them.
Hey, think about this though. How many of them have a let's keep it business type of attitude though? You've been in massage parlors. You've had massages.
Not too many.
You know what I'm saying? But I have, you know, and
but that's
it's not always to keep it. Look, when it comes to keep it business, we have a la carte services. What would you like done, sir? You know what I'm saying? That's what it keep it business is.
I mean, and that's what I'm saying. We got to call a spade, and that's why I got to side with my man because he's been solid through this whole process as far as what he.
But I ain't saying he wrong. I'm not accusing bro for doing anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm not saying Deshaun Watson was wrong. I'm not saying he sexually assaulted anybody. We just got to see how they play out.
They're
man,
just making him look like a pervert.
They are, man. And then it's really no real way, like I said, to really prove this. You know, it's allegations. The only way we would know if Deshaun Watson comes out and say, yeah, man, I really did all that, man. You know, I apologize. But then who you apologizing to? Because you don't apologize to me, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just want this situation, I think, to get behind them. I mean, if they're not going to move forward with these civil cases until after the year, I think this needs to die down until then. I think
you went to Cleveland,
right. That's what a lot of people are saying about it now. But it is what it is. But what I will say is, you know, in reference to the situation overall, I just think that, you know, we got to see how it plays out. You know what I mean? And I'll leave it at that. I hate that my man going through it. You know, I don't think, you know, like you said, a la carte services are illegal. So, you know, I think if they're not going to press criminals, 2 grand juries that looked over it, they didn't decide to move forward. It should have been washed right there. But, you know, we'll see what ends up happening with this overall. But, you know, something also caught my attention, man. This Queen Latifah whole interview, man, she said something very interesting about my man Tupac, and I want to play this clip. And you know, to me,
he became a rapper in the.
What was she trying to say? You know, what like I want to know. Like I feel like you lightweight kind of insinuated something, but I want the people to hear it. You know, so we're gonna get this pulled up because I want y'all to hear this, and I want y'all to tell me, what do y'all hear? What I hear? That's all I want to know. Do y'all hear what I hear? You know what I mean?
We went all across the country, San Francisco doing a show, my first show over $10,000, like, which was a New Year's Eve show at this cool gay club in San Francisco. I was like, yo, I'm here. He's like, yo, I'm gonna hook up with you. So Tupac came to the club with me and I was like, yo, come on, Tupac is in the building. They went crazy in there. I was like, they're gonna tear you out your clothes. Come here. He's like, man, he took his shirt off anyway. We had so much fun. You know, but that was like my brother, and he's the type of person I would like, if he loved you, if he was cool with you, he'd lay his life down for you. So I miss him and I love him. He became a.
I mean, I know. Yeah, hey man, go ahead, Donnie.
I know Geminis were very supportive. Shout out to the Gemini gang, but that right there, man, to me seems a little suspect. What she said, like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna hook up with you in the city. I can hook up with you after you leave that performance. That's like me going to meet Queen Latifah at Bulldogs. or some shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't see any reason why Tupac would be in there. Then you're taking off your shirt, you know, you're doing something to incite that crowd. And, you know, back then that was very, very taboo, you know, very, very taboo, especially amongst the type of people. You feel what I'm saying? Like amongst the type of people, you know, like if we would have heard this back in the day, that wouldn't have been a good look for Pac. You know what I'm saying? Like none of that would have been a good look.
That's a fact. I agree with you, man.
You know, this comes out where, you know, all this type of stuff is kind of being streamlined. But back in the day, if we heard Pac was kicking it in San Francisco in a club with Queen Latifah after making Hit 'Em Up, and then he's in the spot getting hit up, like, come on, man. I ain't feeling that.
Why,
you know,
why you say he getting hit up though?
I mean,
he said he just came out.
No, I mean, it ain't nobody coming out and kick it like that. Ain't nobody. I can't think of the last time I heard somebody doing that. You know, other than what she's saying about Pac.
Hey,
Pac is a male straight artist. You telling other dudes and calling them the F word and that they're, you know, this and they're that. But this is the stuff that you got going on, and none of this stuff came out back then. I understand we didn't have social media back then, but still, that was something that is now come out like over almost 30 years later. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you think she's lying?
No, absolutely not. Queen Latifah's not lying. She has no reason to lie.
So you think Tupac might be he might have a little sugar
I mean,
in his tank?
Yeah, man, I've heard a lot of rumors that Pac had sugar in his tank. I mean, I've watched documentaries. I mean, it's stuff floating around about Pac now. I mean, you know, it doesn't take away from the body of work that he did, the music that he's dropped, the impact that he had on my life, you know, as a person that met Tupac in person and all that type of stuff. So I really don't like to get into it and downplay my man. So we ain't about to, I don't want to make a bash Tupac thing, but I think that just all the stuff that's kind of been laid out and kind of how she described Pac, right? Mm-hmm. Even how Jada even described Pac, like how he, you know, like he, you know, like he's the homie, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he ain't trying to smash on nothing or nothing. Like it's 1,000,001 things Tupac can do. He's the most famous rapper at the time in the world. He can go anywhere in San Francisco. I'm not going to meet Queen Latifah at that spot. It just, well, I'm not kicking it with her at that spot. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just not going to happen.
You want to hang out with Queen Latifah?
No. I ain't doing that. Not at that
at
spot.
The gay spot?
We not doing it. We not doing it. And this brings us to our conspiracy part of the show. I wanted this to hit home, and I wanted to talk about Magic Johnson and this whole situation. Now we have a clip that we want to play. Where Dick Gregory was in it, and he also saying that, you know, with Magic getting caught in a point shaving scandal, that they had to divert that situation. So therefore, they made Magic say that he had the AIDS virus. You know, it's kind of very, very. I'm gonna tell you, it's crazy to me. We're gonna go ahead and play the clip. Let me know when you got that up, Trav, and then we're gonna break this down because goddamn it, Magic, yeah. Something ain't right, Magic.
I plan on going on living for a long time.
Nobody in the room knows. They was investigating it, and in the process of investigating it, they found out that Magic was shaving points. So the white folks say, "Oh, we got to find a way to stop this investigation." They are. Magic ain't lost no weight. He ain't look sick. And if he had AIDS and cured it, how come you think all these rich gays that's dying from it don't be the path to him and say, "How'd you do it?" Huh?
If they get HIV, they can live a long and healthy life like I have. So life is gonna go on for me.
So, you know, this situation right here always had me wondering, like, about Magic. And shout out to the Raw Report. always had me wondering, like, yo, does Magic have HIV for real? Because he never even had complications. He's never went into the hospital. And obviously he's going around saying that it's undetected now because we're in the era of the medicine being released and stuff like that. But this is still something that I feel was a big hoax. And I do feel that, you know, with Jordan and him getting caught up in so many different things, I think that's why Jordan retired the first time. And then Magic had to come out and say what he said. Obviously, there was a double agenda with that because people were scared at the time. When Magic came out and said that he had that scared people. You feel what I'm saying? That
Definitely.
lined people up. Like people was like, oh shit, Magic caught that. Oh, you know what I'm saying? And then Eazy-E, you know, later on, you know, passing away, that was real suspect in itself. But you know, this situation, I really think Magic never had it. You know, Cookie never caught it. You know, none of his kids got it. You know,
and one of his kids got something though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
his son definitely. His son. That I don't know. Yeah, that was the sacrifice right there, man. But you know, Magic been on top of the game. You know, there's certain things you do, and yeah. You wonder why Magic's on top. Magic did the ultimate sacrifice. He sacrificed his rep. Like this nigga, like, and Magic can still almost hit any woman. Like now, like, you know, if he's you know, he's Magic Johnson. Nobody even looks at it like that. Like, it's crazy that he was able to just overcome that situation without losing a pound. And you got to wonder, like, what about all these rich? What about all these rich, you know, gay, you know, Jewish people, white people, all that type of stuff that passed away from this shit? Wouldn't you think they would go to Magic Johnson and be like, yo, like, what you know what I'm saying? Like, what, you know, like, what you got that we don't got? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so that's why it always had me wondering, man, in reference to
cucumbers.
That. Like that. Yeah.
I tell you can cure AIDS with cucumber juice or something. I heard that back in the day. Like, cucumber, we got that prep pill. Magic had the prep pill before they made it. Or he just did not have it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. Like he definitely has some. He definitely has something going on with that whole issue. Also, too, man. Like moving forward, we also got Young Miami and Puff on Young Miami's new little sit down show. Or, you know, shout out to Young Miami. I mean, I guess this was a way to hit the show off. I mean, to make it real interesting. Why not sit down with DeadBolt himself, who will also be honored at the upcoming BET Awards that's coming up. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to DeadBolt himself. But you know, he went on there, and you know, Trav, you said he kept it gangster. You know?
Yeah, he did, man. I believe he really chunked off, man. I seen women online talking about that's how you supposed to do it, Carisha. Like, man, really, man. You could see in her eyes, she like, man, I can't believe this nigga is asking. I can't believe he really chumping me off. You know what I'm saying? You could see her facial expressions. Because first she asked, bro, are you dating? Are you single? And he was like, yeah, I'm single, but I date you. We have fun. You know what I'm saying? Then she goes on to ask him the other question, man. We got a little clip right here, man. We're gonna play this little audio, this little video for y'all, man. See what's going on this new show. I think it's called Carisha Knows Best or something like that. Man, y'all check this out, man. No sound bite.
I feel like you single, but we go together. So
I'm gonna start that right now. Hold on. You heard what she said, Donnie. She said, I feel like you single, but we go together. And you see Diddy face. Look at his face right now. He like, oh man, what is bitch gonna say, man? You know, don't be stupid.
I feel like you single, but we go together. So how would you feel about me telling people that I'm single because we go together? I'm not laughing.
Hold on.
It ain't no hold on.
We go together now?
Real bad.
Whatever you say.
I like like that.
Yeah, whatever you say. He said we go together now.
Yeah, I mean, shout out
Whatever
to her.
you
I mean,
say.
at the end of the day, I mean, she's definitely at a point in her life where she likes the dirty, with your man be on. You feel what I'm
Hey,
saying?
let me ask you something though. Do you think she's claiming her man, even though she's like, you're single, but we go together?
Right.
Do you think this is empowering for women? Should women be just claiming men that say that they're single? Dog, should they be doing that, man?
I mean,
let's keep it a bean, like you say, man. Let's keep it a bean. Young Miami. You know, maybe they just doing this for the show, man. They making it.
I mean, Diddy. Shout out to Diddy just for keeping it. He just, like I said, he tried to keep it as 100 as possible. I know he enjoys that young tender.
Well, we're gonna take that sound bite too. What she say, real bad. We taking that.
Real bad.
Real bad.
You taking that. Real bad. Gotta take that, Miami. We gotta take that one time from you. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, shout out to Diddy, like you were just saying, man. He having fun, man. Diddy living his life, man. 50 something, I think 52, 53 years old. I mean, that's a hot young tender. You feel me? Shout out to Toe. I'm gonna put the O in her. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, whatever you say, Young Miami. But yeah, I'm gonna be back with what her name is, Guyana, whatever her name is. They're gonna be talking in a couple of days, man. Young Miami, you'll be all right. At least you upgraded from Southside. At least you upgraded to a nigga who don't have a face full of tattoos. I really applaud you for that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I definitely commend you for that. But also, man, we definitely commend y'all, obviously, for tuning in to what we got going on, man. At DeadBolt ATL, man. We did this on the midnight hour blast for y'all, man. Shout out to all our subscribers, man. Y'all gotta make sure from Atlanta. Y'all fuck with us every time. So we got to get y'all this fuckery, man, before we tap up out of here. And this one, though, is a very disturbing fuckery. Like, this right here is really highlighting the mental health, man, that was really going on in our communities as Black people. Like, this type of stuff shouldn't be stand for. And I think homie really going to get his issue when he go to jail. Obviously, there's certain things that you can't do, and this is one of them. You know what I'm saying? So, this man right here, and it's always a rapper. Everybody's a rapper. You feel what I'm saying? We haven't heard of him, but he got a rap song. So, rapper charged with abusing and torturing his 4-year-old daughter. I'm gonna
let the audio play, Danny.
Go ahead.
A rising rapper from Atlanta is accused of beating his 4-year-old daughter so badly she hasn't opened her eyes in months.
Her whole right side of her brain was damaged.
Now the child's mother is speaking out for the first time with shocking new details and allegations. I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates.
I think that was enough right there. We ain't need to hear no more. Like, for real. Like, how you beat your dog? How do you? Yeah, man, this is ridiculous, man. Whoever bro is, man. Taquan Alexander. They say he from Atlanta. Is he in Rice Street locked up with Lucha now? They need to be on his ass. For real. This is a nigga that you need to fuck up daily. Yeah, I can't say go ahead and get him up out of here. No, because you need to, if he tortured his 4-year-old daughter, he needs to go through the same thing that he took her through, but just 100 times worse, bro. That shit hell fucked up, man.
Yeah, I think this situation, like I said, highlights the abuse. Also, because these dudes ain't messing with their baby mamas. They really hate their baby mamas. So ultimately, you have situations, unfortunately, man, that take place with the daughter, take place with the, child, the mother. It's a lot that goes into it, man. These dudes is really mentally damaged for real. And this dude obviously is in a situation now to where, he's going to have to answer for that. I don't know how he can even explain his way out of that one. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, you can't.
I don't think you should be able to, especially if this man, this shit crazy, man.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
a sad one.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying, man, this is one of the saddest fuckeries. One of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's a 4-year-old child involved with this, and I don't want to give the rapper even his name no shine because I don't want a nigga to stream him. I don't want him to get no benefits because obviously, people like this don't deserve them. You know what I mean? But like I said, this highlights the mental health issues that we're going through in our community as a whole, man. We're screwed. And that's just the gist of it. You feel me? So I hate to end it on that note, but I mean that's the real fuckery right there. The fuckery is things like this, things that are unexplainable, things that are uncalled for, unheard of. Like this is the type of shit that really is the fuckery. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you, dog. Yeah, what it is, man. Yeah, I use pause, Donnie. You can keep talking.
No, I'm good, man. I'm good,
Okay,
man. Definitely,
man.
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's a somber note. I just paused, you know what I'm saying, for the cause, obviously. Like I said, that was a tough fuckery right there. But you know what I'm saying? We appreciate everybody, man, for tapping in with the live, man, what we got going on. Definitely catch this on replay, catch it on playback. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate everybody who's getting with us. Trav, man, let them know where they can tap in with us at.
Shit, I forgot, bro. I say this
on
shit
YouTube,
man.
Spotify.
Definitely on YouTube, man. Man, first of all, man, on YouTube, man, make sure y'all are subscribed to the channel. If not, go ahead and tap that subscribe button down below right now. Also, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and tap that bell, man, and turn on the post notifications so you know when we got something going on, man. You'll get the little, I don't even know how the post notification go. I guess if you got your notification, if you got the YouTube app and you got notification turned on, you'll see something. You can also follow us on, you can listen to our show on Apple Podcasts, let me say it again, Spotify, and also iHeartRadio. Them the big three, man, right there. I know a lot of y'all don't have iPhones, so a lot of y'all don't have iPhones, and then a lot of y'all feel like if you get Spotify, you're gonna have to pay. You do not have to pay for a subscription to Spotify to stream DeadBolt ATL. You might have to watch an ad or listen to an ad or two, but you do that anyway every time you watch YouTube videos. So
you gotta support the content, man.
Support the content, man.
Support the content, man. Support the YouTube channel. We're gonna be dropping weekly videos. Catch us on the streams. You know what I'm saying? Once a week, twice a week, man. However we feeling, man. We're gonna come bring it to y'all depending on what the weather is, man. It's your boy Don Peoplez and Trav. DeadBolt, gone.